Well, I think the major challenges for Christian publishing is probably the same challenges for anyone publishing intellectual property. There was a time when a publisher would decide what their audience should have, how they should have it, where they should find it, how much they should pay for it. And I think we've moved from that to a more consumer-centric model where the consumer decides how they want to consume the content, where they want to buy the content, how much content they want, how much they want to pay for it, when they want to have it, how they want to share it. And so I think publishers, Christian publishers and general market publishers just need to know that their content is desirable, but how they make it available, when they make it available, where they make it available, and how much it costs to actually engage with the content is not something they determine. The consumer does, and they decide with their wallets.
Some of the major challenges facing Christian publishing is navigating through the new economy and helping agents, authors, editors, marketing people change their expectations. One of the new things that is happening is you're not seeing the big laydown of huge numbers that we saw before. Many of the chains have less shelf space because they have given that shelf space of books to other products. And there are absolutely fewer stores than there used to be, and there continue to be stores that go out of business. But the good news is that online, the industry is growing. Both print sales are growing and digital sales are growing online, and it's becoming a higher and higher percentage of each publisher's sales. In the case of Baker Publishing Group, we're in the 40% range of products selling online, both digital and print combined. And so what that means is that we're not getting big laydowns in terms of those accounts that sell digitally, but they sell a lot longer. One of our best-selling fiction authors, Beverly Lewis, is still on the New York Times list. She still sells a lot of print books. But what we're finding is because there's less shelf space and it's not as easy to find the book as it was before, that her sales are staying at a higher level longer than they did before. We used to sell in a great burst when a new book came out, and then it would tail off to be a very ordinary book. Right now, in April, her April release is still on the bestsellers list. It's still selling very well, even though the new book is out at a much higher level, of course. But managing the expectations of everyone in the company and the agents and authors is, I think, the number one challenge to keep everybody confident that things are going okay and that the industry is working.
Obviously, one of the biggest challenges is going to be digital and the transition from the printed page to the digital page. It's not going to be 100%, obviously. We'll never get rid of printed books, but with 30% of all fiction books already being ebooks, it's just going to continue to grow. And as that continues to grow, how do publishers create the profit that they need when they were making a lot of profit just off of the paper binding and the other things? So that's one of the major elements that they're dealing with. And obviously the other element is one of the other key elements right now is the organizations that everybody is that are consolidating with Thomas Nelson and Zondervan and with others that are going to be occurring to meet that big competitive challenge. Those are probably the two biggest things that are going to be coming up in the next couple of years.
I regard the major challenges as meeting the needs of the consumer in an efficient manner, preparing for the future. Of course, we have a kingdom mandate that has to be part of the question, part of the answer, and doing what we can to build relationships and build community. And that should be done on a daily basis.
There are definitely many different challenges facing Christian publishers today. One particular one that I see a lot of is the continued effort for Christian publishers to work with Christian retail stores. There are many venues, more than ever, to sell your Christian product, especially books. But the importance of the Christian bookstore to the publisher needs to continue to be of high importance to get the customers in the store to feel the product, to look at the book, to talk to the experts that have read the book already and know about it, to sell it to the community. And if the cooperation does not continue, I think Christian publishers will see a decline in their bottom line.
And I think one of the major challenges facing publishing today is the whole digital revolution. I think especially in the area of fiction, I think readers are choosing to buy books, e-books instead of print books. And I think that makes it harder for publishers to know how to publish like hardcover fiction successfully. And then I also think that one of the major challenges is to keep our bookstores healthy, because I think there's always going to be print books and discoverability. Bookstores are a place where people can discover great books. And if we don't have the bookstores, how are they going to be able to browse and open a book and discover great books? So I think that's one of the major challenges, just keeping those bookstores healthy.